Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. For today, I will be trying to do a drawing with a quirky little fountain pen that I'm still trying to decide if I like it or not. It is a vacuum filler coming from Moonman or Mahjong. I believe this is the first vacuum filler that they are making. I'm not 100% sure, at least it's the first one that I know of. In true Mahjong style, they went boldly where no one has, as far as I know, has gone before, and they come up with this polarizing fountain pen design. I guess the most odd thing about it is that the pen is coming with a cap as long as the actual body. It cannot post, and it has a clip that acts more as a roll stopper than a clip. It comes with a number 5 nib connected to a section that it is removable, a fairly lengthy barrel, and a humongous operating knob for the piston. The knob is made of aluminium as far as I know, and because of its size, makes the pen very top heavy. The biggest thing that I dislike about the fountain pen is the fact that it's a little bit too small for my hand, and since it cannot be posted, it becomes a little bit uncomfortable because the knob sits right on the knuckle of my pointing finger and it rubs against it as I use it. Slightly annoying, but I guess it is a little bit better once you open the knob in order to let the ink flow into the section. Something that you need to do because the piston does come with a sealing O-ring that stops the ink flow when the knob is closed. I definitely give high points to Mahjong or Moonman for coming up with their own design. As far as I know, it doesn't copy any other brand, but if you do know better, please do correct me. Anyway, this, however, I guess can also be their biggest downfall since if quirky is not your thing, then this fountain pen probably definitely not for you. For today, I decided to go with a blue ink, specifically the Pelikan 4001 Turquoise. Same ink that I used when I did the Burning Match scribble with the Jinhao 82 fountain pens. No issues during the writing sample and everything worked out as it should have. Nib it's actually quite juicy with this ink and the ink flow is perfect, at least during the writing portion. The nib works exactly the same on both sides without any line variation between them as far as I can see. I do like the nib. This is actually a pretty good copy. For today's drawing, I let myself to be inspired by a very interesting niche type of photography, X-ray photography. I've been captivated by this for a very long time and still am. For those that might not know, yes, in order to take these pictures, you have to use an X-ray machine. As one of my hobbies is photography, I have to say that this is something that I would love to be able to do myself, but since you are using an X-ray machine, this cannot be done by everyone, and there are some safety precautions to take in consideration. As such, sadly, I am unable to take this kind of capture, so I am stuck admiring the images that I find on Google Images and let myself inspired by them. I did, however, try and see if one could buy an X-ray machine, and surprisingly, it seems like you can. I never tried and go through the whole process to see if you can place a random order, or in the end, you would need to prove somehow you have license to be able to operate this type of equipment. Speaking of, I don't even know if you need a license for this type of equipment. Do you need to be a doctor? Do you need to have a licensed doctor and a specific licensed doctor? Anyone knows about this? I'm curious. Anyway, I didn't bother because the prices alone are way out of my league. The cheapest I have seen was around 10k US dollars or something like that. Ouch. For that price, I'd rather spend the money on a medium format digital camera if possible. Bottom line, I wanted to say thank you for those of you who make possible for this type of photography to exist and for me to be inspired by it. It's really appreciated. I love it and keep on coming it. What I like about these type of photos is that pretty much you can see all the layers and you can pretty much see the overlap on how things are line up internally and the lines that they have. And that's why I do like to have those overlapping hash marks, especially when you have leaves overlapping. Weird thing, odd thing, personally I love it. And going back quickly to the view on fountain pen, I'm still struggling to figure out if I like it or not. It functions properly and I cannot blame it for what it is. Odd and quirky, but I guess sometimes you need some odd and quirkiness in your life. As for the cap, I think I found the perfect use for it. Now imagine this situation. You're journaling, right? And it's the end of the day, a very harsh day, a very heavy day, one of the worst days you could probably have, and you writing with a lot of passion in your journal and a lot of frustration. What's the first thing that comes to my mind that I would need as I would write something like that just to unwind a little bit? A drink. Yeah, I think this cap is perfectly to be used as a shot glass for whatever stiff drink you might need. So if Moonman had that in their mind, they're definitely on the mark. It's the perfect shot glass, I would say. Anyway, I don't do journaling. Tried it once, but realized I don't have a lot of excitement in my life to write a book about it. So I can't 100% confirm that, but honestly in my head just makes perfect sense. Does any one of you does journaling? And would you think that's a good idea or not? I'm curious. Anyway, that's about it for today. Not much that I have in my head that I would like to say. All I can say is enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and if you have any other questions, please leave a comment below, and as usual, I will try and get to it as soon as I can. Thank you for joining me today. Hope I'll see you next time, and I wish you all the best and a wonderful day or night, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.